Um, hey guys, it's me, Super Saiyan Blue Jake. The reason why I'm making this video is because I haven't paid my respects yet to Akira Toriyama. For the past 9 months, I wasn't able to due to the hiatus. And this is my only opportunity to do it. Even on the last day of this year. It's time I tell you guys how Dragon Ball changed my life for the better. Ever since I was little, well, there wasn't that much anything to watch apart from Cartoon Network and Disney. But my nephew showed me something good. He introduced me to Dragon Ball Z Kai. I didn't like it at first, but it was because I wasn't exactly much of a fan of it, and pretty much stick to other cartoons. But during that time, what really caught my attention is that the Super Saiyan forms. Even though I didn't watch it that much, I still remember that form. But like after about 3 years at times, I saw Dragon Ball Z again. I mean, even though I didn't have that much cable. Even though that the TV was just pretty much staggering, I still remember those fight scenes, like 16 versus Cell. Cell attained his perfect form, that stuff. And especially on every Saturday morning on CW, they have a channel called Vortex. I don't know why they got rid of it, but I do remember some shows of it. Bolt and Blitz, Justice League Unlimited, Sonic X, Spectacular Spider-Man, and one of my most favorite, Dragon Ball Z. Back then, I didn't have any friends to share with. Like, every Saturday morning, I always get prepared to watch those shows. Like, I would just be sitting in the chair waiting for the episodes to start, going through ads, coming back again, and on to the next episode. It's a soft chair, in case if you guys are wondering. But then, 2 years later, I remember seeing those Dragon Ball Z characters again. But this time, it was pretty much on YouTube. If you guys know what Two Smith's production is, that's that. That's the one. Especially when he transformed into Super Saiyan 4, which is my favorite transformation, by the way. In 2015, it was a few days before my birthday, I remember seeing Dragon Ball Z Kai. There's gotta be a flashback. Like, that's what my nephew showed me. It gained a little bit of my interest. And if I remember correctly, it was on the Namek Saga. That's what got my interest in a little bit. 2 days after my birthday, it was on a Friday. After I finished school, headed home, my sister took me to GameStop, and the one game that made me so interested in Dragon Ball, and it's almost its 10th anniversary. It is Dragon Ball Xenoverse. This is where I got my most interest in Dragon Ball. You can create your own custom character. You can turn into Super Saiyan. You can choose which race that you want. And oh boy, I had a hard time with the escort mission. Including the multiple boost mission. And through that, I completed a game. And this was a few days before I had to move to a new city to start a new life. Because throughout kindergarten through 5th grade, I was being bullied a lot. Even the teachers, the principals, and I get punished for standing up for myself. I get suspended for standing up for myself. I get paddled for standing up for myself. I get blamed for something that I didn't even do. Did I forget to mention that I get bullied on the bus too? Every time when just looking, like not even in their direction, they just threw a piece of paper at me. Like, is anyone gonna help? Like, stop this? Like, what did I even do to deserve this? There are security cameras on the bus. And no one's gonna complain? That it all stopped when I told my mother about it. If you're wondering, the bus had a piece of paper and people picking on me, this was around 6th grade. And the move. After that, it all stopped. And after the move, things were different. It was a hard time for me to accept it and get used to it. And every Saturday morning, I get up and watch Dragon Ball Z, watch some unmissed episodes, with some of the family members. Like, that really shocked me because this is the first time someone who's actually finds something interested can watch it with me. Something in common. It was still around the Namek episode. And oh boy, the greatest one of all is when Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan. Oh man, it was so good. Even my nephew was shocked too. That changed everything. And at my new school, we had the same thing in common. Watching Dragon Ball Z. They skipped to 2016. Oh man, it was really good. It was starting to get better. I was around the Cell Saga. These were getting just pretty good. And if I remember correctly, Go On versus Cell part, it was around my birthday month. When Go On gut punched Cell, it felt like that you can actually feel that punch, including the family Kamehameha, and everyone joining together despite their power levels. They still went in. Like, is it not one of the bravest warriors? After that, on my birthday, a friend of mine gave me a gift. And it was a Dragon Ball Z shirt. Like, I loved it. I loved it so much. Despite not having it anymore because it was too small, I still hold it deep into my heart. Like, that is something that I will never forget. And around that time where Dragon Ball introduced me to Dokkan Battle, I wasn't able to get used to it because I mostly just try it and get off, uninstall it, try it again, uninstall it. But I did manage to get used to it. But it was not in the 2010s. I mean, despite what it was back then, I still like it. Like every afternoon, I watch like Thundershot, like Diamante, and did I say Rhyme Style? I think I did. I remember watching these guys do like summons. getting excited, dominating events. And after Dokkan, here comes Dragon Ball Legends. Oh man, Dragon Ball Legends was something else. Like, I do like their story mode. Grinding Chrono Crystals, trying out PvP, PvPing with friends, and getting new units. My first LF was Spirit Bomb Green Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It took a bit of a time to learn what it is. I sure did enjoy it. I sure did. After that, here comes Fighters. Oh man. I do love fighting games. Like, if I remember correctly, this game was in Evo, and people were just screaming as soon as Cell screamed. Like, oh my goodness. And the way they look, it's just like in the show. Like, we're just reliving through it all over again. And after that, the classic PvP stuff. Like grinding the towers. Having fun and raid with some friends. And after that, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Amazing story mode. That was pretty good. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And oh boy, I have been waiting to get my hands on that for years. I was around 18 when I got Xenoverse 2. Right now, I'm 22. But enough about that. How did Dragon Ball change my life? Well, like, it's the show, the characters, like, their screenings, their moves. Like, every time when I try to transform, I always screamed out my lungs. Like, did I enjoy it? And oh my goodness, I always mispronounced the Kamehameha too. Like, being strong warriors. Like, being kind. Like, disciplined. Wise. Like, very aware. Their wills. And have what it takes to save the universe. Now, I'm only in 3 episodes in GT, okay? Before, back in 2016, I watched a little bit of it, and it wasn't so bad. And even till this day, it's not that bad. And of course, there are some moments that I do not like, and you already know. Not a day goes by that I don't think about Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's in my mind. Like, it just makes me want to do something about myself. And I'm still working on it. Like, I want to be the better version of myself than yesterday. And be better on the next day. Like, that kind of thing. Like, I do like working out. But let's just say I pretty much spend too much time on social media. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's okay to spend some time on it, but don't let it, like, ruin your schedule and make you lazy. And I do try to go outside. At least working on my punch, kicks, bodies, arms, legs, sometimes acrobatics. But, even after his death, I still want to work out. Because if I remember reading somewhere, someone who works hard can't beat someone who enjoys himself. I was very upset when his passing came in. I haven't been able to talk to some friends about it, to cope. It was during the hiatus. I hold that one for 3 months. And until one day, I just... I couldn't hold it in anymore. I couldn't. I told my mom, my sister, is passing. Like, I was shocked at first, but after 3 months, I don't even know. Like, he's the exact reason why I'm into anime in the first place. And working myself both from the inside and out. Like, he was like another dad from the other side. That there... I made a vow to myself to be the better version of me. And enjoy every single day like it was my last. Even if I have autism and a birthmark on my right hand. And staying true to myself. Okay, guys. That's how Dragon Ball changed my life for the better. And before I end this, it's time to pay my respects. Akira Toriyama, thank you for changing my life and saving it. Not just me, but everyone else. I hope we'll see you again. Until then, rest in peace. I'll see you guys next year.